Before you watch this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Social Media Jaman TV, and do not forget to press the notification button and to get more information. Good day, folks, and here is ASEAN News. Myanmar military extends state of emergency for another 6 months.
State media reports Myanmar's military ruler Min Aung Hlaing extends a state of emergency for another 6 months on the basis of facilitating promised elections a day before the one-year anniversary of the military coup. Meanwhile, state-run newspaper Global New Light of Myanmar reports that the military government will strive to hold new elections once the situation was peaceful and stable without giving a date. According to the Assistance Association of Political Prisoners, an activist group cited by the United Nations, that security forces cracking down on dissent have killed at least 1,500 people and arrested 11,838 since the coup. The Southeast Asian country has been in chaos since Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi and other figures from her National League for Democracy party were rounded up in raids accused by the junta of rigging the 2020 election the National League for Democracy won.
Yangon Group holds protest on coup anniversary.
A dozen protesters hit the streets in Yangon carrying a banner and chanting slogans against military rule to mark the first anniversary of a coup that snuffed out tentative progress toward democracy. One protester threw red paint in the street, representing blood, while others carried smoking flares. Streets in some of Myanmar's main cities are nearly deserted, as military rule opponents had called for a silent strike. The overthrow of Aung San Suu Kyi's government triggered huge street protests, and security forces killed hundreds in crackdowns that ensued. In response, protesters have formed People's Defense Forces, some linking up with ethnic minority insurgents to take on the well-equipped army.
Mayor of the Philippines grateful for China if wins presidential election.
May awa ang Diyos, palarin kami ni Doc Willie.
Manila Mayor Francisco Damagoso says he would not tolerate Beijing's incursions and aggressions in the South China Sea and promised to press China to follow international law if he wins this year's presidential elections.
Ito yung mapagpuhunanan.
Damagoso, a former actor hoping to succeed President Rodrigo Duterte, also says he would guarantee that Philippine fishermen would be able to fish unharmed, unhampered, and without disruption in the country's waters. He adds he would invest to strengthen the Philippines' naval power and marine assets to protect the country's territory.
Kung anong sama ng traffic should be addressed.
Damagoso's tough stance against Chinese maritime activity contrasts that of Duterte's policy of approachment. He says he was open to allowing entry to investigators from the International Criminal Court to probe alleged abuses committed in the conduct of Duterte's war on drugs, but he insisted the country's justice system is intact. The International Criminal Court, which in September approved an investigation into Duterte's war on drugs, in which thousands of people have died, temporarily suspended the probe at Manila's request.
How exactly will you do this?
If there is a needed law for that, then so be it.
Cafes in Thailand reap the benefits after changing the interior.
A cafe in Thailand is reaping dividends after it transformed its interior from photogenic sakura trees to cryptocurrency data screens. HIP Coffee and Restaurant isn't necessarily known for its food and coffee, but it has recently drawn many day traders eager to feast their eyes upon dozens of beaming television screens showing the latest trends and prices on various cryptocurrencies. Originally founded in 2013, the cafe says its number of customers has doubled since installing the crypto data screens in 2020. Customers who used to only visit during weekends to take pictures with sakura decorations are now packing it in during weekdays. HIP manager Oakarawat Yongsa Jinda says there are three types of customers. First, experts who want to have a community. Second, people who just started investing and want to meet new people. Third, the ones who know nothing about crypto but just want to take a photo. The cafe has already drawn a loyal clientele of crypto investors as part of the community that Oakarawat intends to sustain. Data from the Securities and Exchange Commission shows cryptocurrencies have gained momentum in Thailand, which saw as much as 251 billion baht or $7.62 billion in digital asset trading transactions in November. However, the recent falls in cryptocurrency prices have also highlighted the volatility in the market.
Japan Parliament adopts resolution on human rights in China.
Japan's parliament adopts a resolution on the serious human rights situation in China and called Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's government to take steps to relieve the situation as the Beijing Winter Olympics loom just days ahead. The resolution adopted by the lower chamber says the international community has expressed concerns over such issues as internment and the violation of religious freedom in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, Tibet and Hong Kong. Japan's Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi says during Parliament session that Japan continues to express concerns over human rights issues with regards to Xinjiang's Uyghurs. The resolution did not directly use the word China anywhere in the text and steered clear of such expression as human rights violation, saying instead human rights situation in a possible note to close bilateral economic ties.
China reports 36 new local COVID-19 cases.
The National Health Commission says the Chinese mainland reports 63 new COVID-19 cases, with 36 locally transmitted cases and 27 imported cases. Among the imported cases, 18 are reported in Shanghai, 5 in Guangdong, 1 each in Beijing, Jilin, Henan and Guangxi. Of the locally transmitted cases, 15 are reported in Zhejiang, 12 in Tianjin, 6 in Guangdong, 2 in Beijing and 1 in Hebei. 114 patients are discharged from hospital after recovery and 1,964 close contacts are released from medical observation. There was one severe case, fewer as compared to the previous day. Currently, 1,802 confirmed cases remain in hospital for treatment, with 9 in severe conditions. There were no suspect cases on the mainland, and 44,522 of the 1,533,257 tracked close contacts are still under medical observation. A total of 12,806 COVID-19 patients in Hong Kong, 79 in Macau, and 13,742 in Taiwan have been discharged from hospital after recovery.
China claims Carlin's victory during Beijing action. Russia and China discuss more gas financial cooperation during Putin's visit.
The Kremlin says Russia and China will discuss greater gas and financial cooperation during President Vladimir Putin's upcoming trip to Beijing for the Winter Olympics. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov told reporters that Putin and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping will have lunch together and could sign more than 15 agreements. Putin will attend Friday's Winter Olympic opening ceremony. Ushakov says lots of new deals were prepared in relation to natural gas. He also says serious efforts are being undertaken to create a joint financial infrastructure that will be resistant to sanctions. Ushakov affirms Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Energy Minister Nikolai Shulginov, and Igor Sechin, CEO of oil major Rosneft CEO, will be among the Russian delegation.
Pope Francis sent warm greetings to athletes and the Winter Olympics and Paralympics in Beijing.
Pope Francis wishes success to Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games in Beijing.
Stanno per aprirsi a Pechino i Giochi Olimpici e Paralimpici.
I sent my heartfelt greetings to all participants, and I sent the organizers my best wishes for their best success and asked the athletes to give the best of themselves. Sport, with its universal language, can build bridges of friendship and solidarity between people and population of every culture and religion.
Può costruire ponti di amicizia e di solidarietà tra persone e popoli di ogni cultura e religione. Ho apprezzato pertanto che allo storico
Francis said at his weekly general audience, adding that he admired the example set by the athletes with disabilities in overcoming prejudice and fear. Beijing is preparing to host its second Olympics, the first time in history the same city has hosted both summer and winter games. To cope with the pandemic during the Olympics, the government has gone to even further lengths than the Tokyo Olympic organizers to try to minimize the spread of infection. Whole villages have been built for the competitors, officials and service personnel, together with transport and testing services for movement to, within and between the Olympic sites.
Malaysians celebrate Chinese New Year with an underwater lion dance performance.
Malaysian celebrates the Lunar New Year of the Tiger with the roaring return of an underwater lion dance performance as well as a visit to the temples. The Aquaria Kuala Lumpur City Centre, an aquarium located near Kuala Lumpur's iconic Petronas Twin Towers, so diverse decked in vivid red and yellow lion costumes, prancing and performing amid marine creatures, marking the return of an annual underwater performance that had been called off the previous year due to the COVID-19 restrictions. Lion dances are traditionally performed in China and among ethnic Chinese communities all over the world to mark the Lunar New Year. Meanwhile, others were relieved at being able to welcome the new year with a temple visit alongside their families after last year's celebrations were confined to homes nationwide. Malaysia has reported more than 2.8 million COVID-19 cases, although daily numbers have eased in recent months. Data from Malaysia's health ministry also reported that almost 79% of the country's population are fully vaccinated.
And that's the end for today. Thank you, Julius Post Wardrobe Collection. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you.